Yep. Chug it up, chug it up.
I don't want to chug it up. Multi-stream. Okay. All right. I think that's good. I think this is good. You tried this one, right? You tried the zero sugar one?
I didn't do zero sugar. I did the full
Okay, I'm curious.
diabetes.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched your video yet because I wanted to try it.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what you said it tastes like. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Yeah, I got you. I like it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
That's what I figured. I'm going to do it right after intros and weird question of the week. Do you have the Guess the Villains line going? Is that a current?
That's one that if you want to do, it's just a fun, like, I'll say a line, you guess which horror villain said
It's
the
a
line.
horror. It's horror. Oh, dude, I don't know if you've seen this one yet.
Oh shit, it's got Zim. Oh, look at that. The fact that it's got Zim on it's kind of fun. All Real Monsters. That is a wild.
Right?
That's very cool.
Little Amazon shirts.
Yeah. Amazon will get you in trouble. Watch yourself.
Yeah, especially Prime Day going on.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
I sold some stuff on my eBay store, so.
Nice.
Shipped out first stuff today.
Oh. Pop the cork. It's time to celebrate.
So this one.
What?
Good. All right. Is there stuff that we don't want to talk about on here today?
I mean, there's all of it can.
I'm gonna bitch about the Toys R Us stories, so we'll leave that on.
Arby's just buying up Subway. I don't know if that's something that's like, ooh, there we go. Janet Silent Bob doing a cruise. Kind of fun, but not really something we have to cover this week if you don't want to. The Venom sneakers are cool, but
I was gonna say we kind of have to talk about that. Kind of neat, and it's Venom. Just not much stuff we can talk about. I did want to throw out best Retronomipod costume ideas for 2023. Doesn't have to be on this show necessarily, but for one of our October shows, we could make it a nostalgia by like making our own like not allowed costumes or something along the lines of that, like doing the Robert Downey Jr. blackface from Tropic Thunder.
Yeah,
like out of pocket costumes for 2023.
You never go full retard.
Never go full retard. I don't know if we can actually say that on stream. So.
Well,
I don't know.
Damn it, I did it again.
I would have said it too. So it's literally a quote from a movie, YouTube. So chill.
The Skippy peanut butter Girl Scout cookie. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's like, I don't know. It's all.
I figure I brought up the Peacock streaming thing because their list is fucking insane. And then I kind of want to talk about like best streaming site for Halloween. Like I said, I'd like for it's tough because I've looked around too, right? There's not a lot coming out for like spooky news.
Yeah.
But I would like to keep it somewhat spooky oriented, right?
I got you. Maybe as we get closer to Halloween, we'll get more stuff.
Yeah, let's.
There was one that I needed to add. That I could add. That's kind of spooky, not crazy spooky. It's collaboration between cartoon and food.
What makes it not spooky but kind of spooky?
It's Scooby-Doo.
Okay, add it.
Okay. Give me
Anything
80.
Scooby-Doo. That's you. Don't lead with it's a cartoon, kind of spooky,
I
not
know,
spooky.
I'm trying not to be like, I'm trying to, I like to like be like, oh, you know me. I like to keep it a secret until we're like doing it. And then you're like, oh, that's awful.
But
Or
you
that's,
left it about as vague and wide open
I
as you
know.
possibly could. And so like making a decision on whether or not to say yes to you is harder.
Let's see. We'll make it the last thing to talk about. No, we'll make it just before. No, we'll do it right after the Boo Buckets.
Have you watched horror movies this year yet?
I've watched. I've been trying.
Yeah, but Daisy and I have gotten through a couple, so we could make that a segment. Instead of doing like a super long news segment, we could just add other shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
because I've
What we
watched,
watched for the
I've watched 4 now, plus a couple episodes of some shit.
Yeah, we've been watching stuff for sure. It's just, I'll be watching it all the time.
Yeah.
Cool. So
I think we keep Shrek. We almost have to talk about the Barbie Mattel cinematic universe. We can get rid of the Girl Scout Skippy collab if we want to throw that on a different page. Or just at the bottom, I guess. The DC thing is kind of more up your alley. We know how big of a DC fan I am, so that one's kind of up to you.
We can always postpone too. Yeah, we'll postpone that one. I'd rather talk about what we want.
Yeah, and then I would get rid of Arby's for the time being.
Yeah, because they're not timely in any way, so it's not like it's like, oh, this thing's happening now, so we need.
And then we'll end the news with our spooky, with our spooky stuff.
Yeah, it'll go good with the best streaming site. Sorry. With the chance of win $1,000 in bragging rights,
For the Alamo stuff. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's
all good, but all I was thinking, I was like, this motherfucker. Like, I texted him today.
I know.
Like,
and
I texted you yesterday. I kind of thought we were gonna record over the weekend, and then I was just like, well, he's not here. And I saw you like pop on Discord for like 3 seconds, and then your name went away. And I was like, oh, like maybe his computer's just fucking up or something. And then you didn't show up.
Yeah, my computer likes to turn itself on, so it'll come out of sleep mode by itself. So it's fun.
Just ghosts.
It's just ghosts. I'm not, whatever. I ain't scared. You're scared.
Yeah, we'll talk about being scared. All right, cool. You're good.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day.
So we'll do intro, weird question of the week. I'll go into my talk abouts where I'll do the Mountain Dew thing first, and then I went to the flea market this past weekend to like find resale stuff, but I bought a couple things that I added into my collection.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So cool. Hit record, and then we're gonna go. Bueno.
I'll try not to interrupt.
I will try to get it right.
Oh, we can hope.
Yeah, it's not been going well.
Why start now?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Retronomipod, a nostalgia and pop culture podcast where we discuss things from our past, our present, and our future. I am this week's number 2 host, Toby. as always, across this beautiful wide world of the internet and parts of Colorado, my beautiful best friend co-host Rick. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. That was excellent. That was a great spooky intro. I was a little threw me off completely.
I know. You know what's funny, right? Is like while I was kind of waiting to start today, I wrote down an intro in my notebook, literally wrote it down what I wanted to say for the intro, and then didn't do any of it. I looked down halfway through my little welcome thing and was like, you son of a bitch. Like, it doesn't matter if I write it down or not, dude. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm keeping with the fucking program.
I mean, we might as well keep up with it. Let's start with the weird question of the week. How would you know if you were possessed?
I mean, why? Why? How? Okay, so just to state the obvious, right? Most in possession lore and possession experiences, most people say, I'm just basing off of what I've seen in Supernatural, really. Most people say they could see all the things that was happening, but they couldn't control it. But then you look at something like The Exorcist, and did she know?
You'd almost hope she didn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was some shit in there. So
your mother sucks cock. Now you're
yeah.
like, oh,
like, wait, how do you know to say that?
oh no.
I don't know. I would hope that it would be like a physical manifestation, right? Like my fucking my skin around my eyes starts cracking and like I look, but I want to be normal up until the point of like the last second, right? Where like full demonic possession and exorcisms come in. Does it have to be demonic? That's the real question. Are there any other types of possessions? Can I get possessed? Are there demon animals? What if I identify as a demon dog?
Then identify as a demon dog. That's an interesting question. Can like the animal world of that take over your body?
Are there animal ghosts? This is something we haven't really discussed. And I'm veering us away.
Might have to add that to the list of weird questions for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
animal ghost. That one's going on the top of the list for sure. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, oh, dude, I don't know. I think you would immediately know that I don't know if you would immediately know, though. It's kind of a gradual thing. This question pissing me off. I'm not even going to lie. This is it's upsetting. I think you would know when you stabbed your first person.
Something, right?
Yeah, or like spun your head 360, 360 degrees around like an owl. Like at that point, you might be like, hey, something's up. Like this seems fucked. I don't think this is good.
Yeah.
It seems like something that would be pretty obvious or wouldn't be obvious at all until it was. And then when it was, you'd be like, oh shit. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool though if it was like more of a gradual thing where like, oh, all of a sudden I don't get winded when I run 5 feet, or I've got an insatiable hunger that doesn't get fed by a bowl of cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like it gradually builds so you almost become like a superhero before you completely become evil. But did
you ever see the Futurama episode where he eats the egg salad truck stop sandwich and he gets worms?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Fry eats a truck stop egg salad sandwich and gets worms. Well, the worms make him more intelligent. Like he can play instruments and he's super smart and polite and clean, which is like complete totally opposite of what Fry is.
Yeah.
And if the possession was like that, where it's like the lead up is like all of a sudden you become fucking Brad Pitt with an IQ of like 159, and then you go on like a demonic spree, right? Would it be worth it?
A little bit, right?
Kind of, right? You'd see the life that you always wanted to live, like physically and intellectually. And then right about the time you hit your peak, it just all goes to shit. And
it's just like, oh Oh, not good. Especially if you're bearing witness to all of it. You're like, the switch happens where the thing actually takes over instead of just being a voice in your head. And then it takes over. Now you're just this backseat driver, like, oh, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's, yeah. Or that like the voice in your head is telling, like motivating you the entire time because it's like building up its fucking warrior body before it takes full control over all the hard work that you just put in. That's a fucked up possession, bro.
God, could you imagine?
Oh no. I mean, no, I couldn't. I've always been
That's what we're talking about this point.
Yeah, I mean, I got titties still. Apparently I'm not possessed.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just get jacked. Like, this is
Yeah.
great.
like
This is awesome. And then, oh, I'm probably possessed. Yep,
I
you're
sneak into a
possessed.
church and start breaking priest's neck or something, like just something. My skin burns when the sun touches it.
Yeah, it's just a Saturday night.
I mean, not wrong. Anyways, you know what this month is?
Spoofy season
Oh
starts.
my god, I thought you were gonna say Spooktober, and I was gonna tell you it was my most favorite hated word of all time on this podcast.
Maybe it's Rocktober.
No, it's not Rocktober, bro. The Rockies set a record for the most losses in franchise history this year, so there is no Rocktober here in Colorado.
You know what? The Rockies are knocking it out of the park with most losses, and the Broncos are knocking it out the park with the
most losses.
Freaking loss. Way to go, Colorado teams!
It really is horror season, dude.
All you can hope for is the Nuggets to be better.
I mean, they were the best, so it's kind of hard to bitch about them too much because they did the thing. They were the last ones to do the thing.
Only one way to go.
This is not that kind of podcast, sir.
Welcome to Sports Talk with Nerdy and Nerdier.
Yeah, someone who knows and someone who doesn't.
Yeah, someone who's going to pretend.
You could get me into a conversation.
I know. Then I'd be like, okay, I got nothing. Where do we go?
It is our third annual Spooktober. This is our third year of doing spooky stuff. And throughout this month, hopefully, the spooky stuff gets spookier. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. You'll just have to tune in and listen. But I wanted to start off Spooktober with something that you've done in the past couple weeks. And that is try the Mountain Dew Voodoo mystery flavor for the Halloween spooky season.
2023's version, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they did it again. I'm curious. This says 5, so does that mean they've done it 5 times? There's a little 5 on here. Did you ever notice that?
Oh, I mean, why not, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh no,
yeah, it was trying. It likes my face better. But you have a YouTube video out on this right now, correct?
Yeah, it's on our retro.
You remember what you think? Retro num num num. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try it live. I'm gonna try it for the first time here live on the show. All right, and if you're not watching streams, we stream this on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Retronomipod so you can see the live fun stuff.
Somebody's going, my ear.
A little asthma.
Yeah, like a little. Hey, so Toby, okay, he's opening up. He's taking a whiff. Ooh, what does he think?
Spin it around.
Oh yeah, there you go. Waft it around.
I don't know why, but it seems already like the same flavor from last year without
I don't think it is.
I'm going to have to eBay some like old mystery flavors just so we can compare.
Yeah, you'll be spending a grip of money to do so. Taking a swig, he's swooshing it around.
I do want to preface my reaction and review and say this is the zero sugar version. Taste wise, I tell you what, it's fucking great. It tastes awesome.
I agree. I thought it was delicious.
It really is very, very good. It tastes to me. Oddly enough, it tastes just like the goddamn white Airheads in my mind.
Oh.
The mystery flavor Airheads.
Yeah.
That's kind of exactly what it tastes like for me. Or at least at least what I think the white Airheads taste like. It's been a long time. And this is the interesting thing, right? Is do you know how they make those Airheads? I will bring this back around, I promise.
Here we go. Here we go.
They take the ends of all the other Airheads and they put them in a bin of all the scrap pieces of all the flavors of Airheads that they didn't use. And then they mix that all around like taffy. Got to turn that off. And then that's the mystery flavor. It's just all the flavors. It's a suicide soda of Airheads.
Love it.
Is that what they're doing with the Mountain Dew? This
I
also white, well, ish. It kind of
It's-
looks like jizz.
Like ghosty color.
It's ghosty color. Yes, it's ghosty color.
Yeah.
So I gotta know, what did you say it tasted like? Probably Skittles.
Honestly, I couldn't place it because it was just too like little skittly. What you said, Airheads. I was like, yes, that's a good call. It's right in that kind of like, yeah, it's definitely fruity of some sorts. Cherry something, maybe like a cherry.
Yeah, cherry. I can taste the cherry.
You know, something like
I will
that.
say, damn, that's a good soda.
It's a good, like Mountain Dew does not miss.
That's a good soda. No, they really don't. They really don't. Mountain Dew is
killing
damn,
it.
it's good. Yeah.
And Coca-Cola's over here going, hey, we're just gonna throw shit in a vat and hope it's good. And half the time it's real like, ugh.
Yeah,
Why'd you make
on this? I got to a point where I was drinking. This doesn't pertain to anything other than the fact that you said Coca-Cola, but like I don't drink like sugar sodas most of the time. Which, say what you will, right? I don't drink sugar sodas. I don't. I drink zero sugar sodas, which probably just as fucking bad. But I was drinking enough Diet Coke. I got in a Diet Coke kick. And the Diet Coke ended up giving me like super bad heartburn.
Mm.
It was like I would take a drink and then I could feel like the carbonation like going down my throat. And I was like, this is not good. Like we're not having fun right now.
And of course you took 20 more sips of it to finish it off. And the whole time you're just like, what am I doing?
Well, I mean, it's an expensive soda. I wasn't just going to waste it.
Yeah. Nobody can blame you for it either.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, no, that soda's bomb. You know what else we do in October that I've never done before?
Spooky season.
I went to the flea market.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I went to the flea market. I mentioned on a episode previous that I was like doing a little bit of reselling on the side, little side hustle, So go to the flea market this past weekend. I don't know if you know, since you are also here in Colorado. When was the last time you were to the Mile High Flea Market?
Boy, I don't even know. I know I've been up there more recently than I've actually been in there because they used to have the 88 drive-through up there.
Yep, which is now gone, correct?
It's gone, which bums me out.
Yeah, this year.
Fierce. Yeah. But
and that was the last one.
Yep. As far as I know, yeah.
The Denver Mart does theirs every once in a while. But anyways, went to the flea market. It had been like 2 years since I had been. And I bought a couple things to resell, a couple things for myself. I won't talk about my resale stuff. But something I didn't have in the collection proper, and I ended up finding a sealed version of the 23 karat Pikachu Burger King Pokemon card.
Wow, yeah. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I didn't have one. Like I'd a proper one, right, with the Pokeball and everything, and I ended up finding one this weekend. I paid $20 for it, which was a little higher than I wanted, but I bundled it with a like 1999 Macho Man Randy Savage t-shirt, like vintage Macho Man t-shirt. Yeah, he wanted a bunch for, and I wanted it a lot. So you do a little bundling, you take a hit on one, you get a hit on another, right?
Yeah.
I got that. One of the cooler negotiation tactics I've ever pulled off is I walk up to a booth that's got he's selling Hot Wheels. Like lots and
Oh,
lots and lots of Hot Wheels.
sure. Very popular. Might be an upcoming franchise, but we'll talk about that later.
Um, yeah, and as a collector, I don't know that much about Hot Wheels. Like I don't collect Hot Wheels. I don't do Matchbox, right? I've been trying to learn a little bit here and there. But looking through the table, they got a bunch of cool stuff. They have like Marty McFly's Toyota from Back to the Future,
Oh,
right?
it would
Like
have
kind of dope. Like you would think the DeLorean, but no, they've got his all black Toyota. It was dope. But the thing I find is the Reptar car from Rugrats, right? I don't know if you remember the movie, but it's like
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
Tonka
yeah.
car, yeah, and it's got the little arms. So they make a Hot Wheels version of that. I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey man, like, what do you want for it?" And he's like, "Oh, $10." And so like I look it up,
Really?
yeah, $10. And so I look it up, and it's like a $6 to $8 car, right? Like I could get it on eBay. It's like, how bad do I want it? So
Sure.
I'm like, buddy, I was like, would you do $5 if I could show you a cool Reptar tattoo? And he's like, what? And I was like, can it be $5 if I have a Reptar tattooed on me? And he's like, I mean, dude, like, he's like, what am I supposed to say? He's like, like if you got a Reptar on you, he's like, I'll give it to you for $5. Like, pull up my sleeve, show him my Reptar tattoo, and this dude loses it in his booth, bro. Just loses it. And he was like, bro, he's like, that's the best negotiation I've ever been through. Like, so I got my Reptar car for $5. Pretty good.
Just for the fact that you're
Yeah,
tatted.
I got him.
That just teach you. You know, you need to get more geeky tattoos, so that way, whenever you come across something, you're like, hey.
Yeah, look, I got it for half price because it's tattooed on me. Stuff that I
so
don't
wild.
need,
That
but
is so funny.
yeah, dude, it's the greatest negotiation that I've ever done. Like I felt accomplished. Everyone felt good after it was done. I got to show
Yeah,
off a cool tattoo that I love, and he got to make $5 on a car that is worth $5.
I love it. That's fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? Toys R Us
Was fantastic.
was fantastic.
Past tense.
Well, there's plans that they're actually going to be bringing it back. Now, what they've done recently after they shuttered all the things, company bought it up, and they did these pop-ups inside of Macy's. Well, that was successful enough that they're slowly going to try to pop. Well, they've been
Was
trying to
it
pop
though?
up. I don't know.
Did you
I
go
didn't
to one? Did you go to
I
Macy's toy section?
not at all, because hell, I even delivered to Macy's once upon a time. It was like, nope, didn't even bother.
No,
Like,
I
so
don't care. I like, is Jeffrey there? Jeffrey.
no, Jeffrey won't be there. Can you
Why?
imagine that?
Is
I
he
don't
not the
know.
mascot anymore?
He's
Is
the
Jeffrey
mascot.
racist?
Oh, he got canceled. Sorry, he said some stuff about
Oh shit, they didn't like his spots. I knew it.
Lucky the Leprechaun, and I don't even want to even go there. But
Giraffe seat cereal? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
well,
Next,
Jeffrey, yes.
choo-choo.
So basically, they were bringing stores back, and they're talking about bringing back onto airports and
An airport. Well, the last place you want your fucking kid to get a brand new goddamn toy is the fucking
right?
airport.
Oh, now we got to store the thing somehow, and
You're
get it
already
through
past
custom.
security.
Yeah,
So it's
and
like,
they're
why
going to
the
throw
fuck
it
would
onto cruise ships as well. They're going to have Toys R Us.
Oh
up
god
there.
damn it.
But there's talks that they want to bring. They're going to try to do brick and mortar stores, and they're going to try and do 24 of them in the next year. So
Like actual brick and mortar stores?
Yeah.
Wait, like not inside a Macy's brick and mortar store?
like legit standalone.
Did you read this article and what date it came out?
Oh God, September 29th, 2023.
Oh my God.
Man. Holy
Let's
shit, I
go.
did it. Did I read the article?
Oh,
Not
shit.
in its entirety.
We've updated
Let's
our
see,
terms. No one cares.
The first airport shop will open early November in Terminal A of Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. Oh man, it's all going to be about them just opening.
Oh,
Son of a-
bro.
Yeah, it's going to
Dude,
start a comeback.
WHP
21.
Global, which also owns brands such as Anne Klein, is that Calvin Klein's sister? Joseph Aboud, and Bonobos. What the fuck are those?
Those are letters
What?
thrown
Yeah,
together to sound like names.
I guess like those are brands of what?
Clothing stores, I think.
I,
Yeah, in 2021 they released 452 mini shops stored of Macy's, and yeah, so it looks like
452.
I didn't bother going to see it because a store inside of a store is like, all right, I don't know if I need to do this. That's their plan, but it does look like it's mostly just going to be putting them into smaller locations, such as
Yeah, I
Terminal.
mean, this article even mentions like, it says the new flagship Toys R Us stores must contend with the likes of Amazon, which gives consumers the ease of making purchases from their phones. The stores must also compete with big box stores like Walmart and Target, which those are two totally different things, which Mr. Perner says offer rock bottom prices. So at that point, it's like they're either gonna, I just don't see them being able to compete with prices of like Walmart or
Amazon, for that matter, where you can literally buy it for as cheap as it's going to be anywhere else, and it'll be delivered.
And at that point, like if you can't compete with them as a semi-smart consumer of things, why would I buy your overpriced thing because you're pulling on a nostalgia string for me that I haven't had since 2001?
I think that's exactly it. I think that's what they're trying to
These
really ply
cocksuckers,
people
dude.
toward. It's just to go, hey, remember when you were a kid and you'd see the shopping sprees on Nickelodeon? Well, it's back, baby.
Yeah, for rich people and nepo babies, fuckers.
Yeah, you're right.
This is tired, and I'm tired.
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, the same thing that happened with them in Macy's. You said that they put out 452 stores in fucking Macy's. I didn't see a goddamn sign anywhere. No, like we've talked about it on the show, so I didn't get like Google ads or Facebook ads for it. Like this is bullshit.
You're not wrong. You thought that they would have pushed that a lot harder than
you just couldn't say I was right, huh? Had to just say I wasn't wrong. Son of a bitch.
I mean, you're not.
Fuck these guys.
Well,
I don't know why that upsets the shit out of me, but
we'll see what happens with that. But on to bigger and brightest things. If you like to cruise, speaking of cruise ships, and maybe this particular one will actually have a Toys R Us on it. But Jay and Silent Bob are going to have their own cruise.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise.
Have you been on boats?
Yeah, I've been on boats.
Like big boats? Do you get sea legs?
No, I don't get sea legs. I'm pretty solid.
Yeah, me too, dude. I'm kind of a tree trunk. But I also get like a little bit of vertigo and car sickness. Dramamine helps the hell out of me. What would you do?
Oh, they've got stand-up comedy. They've got music. They've got meet and greets. They've got live tapings of podcasts.
The live tapings of podcasts is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, the fact you get, Fat Man Beyond, love that show. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, love that show. Hollywood Babylon, love that show. Education, love that show. Like, they're doing all the ones I'm like, I listen to you on a semi-regular basis. Yes.
Hollywood Babylon is the one with him and Scott Mosier?
No, Hollywood Babylon is him and Ralph Garman.
Ralph Garman, that's
right. Yeah. And the Education is with Andy McElfresh.
I don't know who that is.
And the Fat Man Beyond's with Mark Bernardin.
I knew that one. I've listened to that one a couple times. We got Jason Lee, Brian O'Halloran. I bet he's not even supposed to be there that day. Jeff Anderson.
I see what you did there. That's a reference to a thing you did once.
This would be cool. It's now there's so many. Okay, I love Kevin Smith, right? We've talked about it on the show. We're big VSQ people.
Yeah.
If I was going to go on a cruise with all the cruises that they're coming out with now, like the specialty cruises, I don't know if this would be the one that I would spend my money on.
Yeah.
I do like the live podcast recordings. I do like that. But unless I get to like like Jay's sober. I think Kevin's fucking sober and vegan now.
He's vegan, not sober.
I thought he quit smoking weed.
He?
At one point
That
he
must
was
be super recent, because last time I listened to him, he was like, smoking his own stuff.
okay. Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe it was just a rumor that I heard. I don't know. But unless I like get to like kick it, or talk to him, like I don't know if I want to be on a fucking boat with a bunch of these people. Then again, like if I wanted to go, like if there was a video game or like a pop culture cruise, which I know there's pop culture cruises. Like, I don't know if I want to be on a fucking trapped on a boat with all those nerds either.
Right? It is kind of a weird
know?
thing, 'cause you're like, I don't know how like-minded you are. Like,
I was more talking about hygiene more than.
oh,
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't even
no,
think of that.
I
Like a
could get along
Comic
with
Con
anybody
on the
a
seas where
fucking
you
boat.
can't walk outside to get away from them, where they're
Yeah,
just
that's why.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just on the top deck, just being like, like this is not good. This is not good at all. Yeah,
But they're gonna have a couple. They're gonna do script readings. I heard a rumor that they might actually do a script reading of the Mallrats Twilight of the Mallrat, which is supposed to be the sequel to Mallrats. That's a rumor. Don't quote me. The cruise is from Miami, goes to Nassau and back, February 23rd to the 26th. When I was looking
Damn,
at
it's
it
only
the other
3 days.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick turnaround. But tickets on the low end, I think, were like $750, and then they go up from there. So depending on how much,
in the scheme of
it isn't
things,
terrible,
and it's like
but
all
it is
inclusive,
it's like a quick turnaround, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's not a crazy long.
Yeah, I'd want to go on
plus
like a
there's
6-day cruise, right?
Yeah, $750 plus or $685 plus a $270 per person taxes and fees. So yeah, you're looking at almost $1,000.
900, $2,000.
Yeah.
For 2 people.
I
for
mean, it'd be
3
fun,
days.
but there's so
And I have
many
to
of them.
get to the Miami.
Mm,
And it's on the Norwegian Pearl, and you're taking me to the fucking Bahamas. Like, get the fuck out of here. Take me to goddamn Norway.
right? Let's see
Or
those northern
Iceland, or
lights.
fucking somewhere cool.
Somewhere literally
I just don't have a
cool.
thing for tropical environments.
I'm the same way.
I just don't.
I'm not a beach dude.
Nah, man. Me neither. Like, it's fine. I love swimming. Like, I'm a swimmer.
Me too.
But I don't like the fucking sun. I don't like the sun.
No.
I want to go on that Seattle to Alaska cruise.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That one would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is cool. I like the fact that they're doing podcasts, and it's wild that Jay and Silent Bob could have their own goddamn cruise. I know the Impractical Jokers have one too. That's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah. There's so many, man. There's like.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to do something cooler. If I'm gonna go on a fucking boat in 3 days, like, put me on the motherfucking boat. Like, I want to go to boat jail somewhere out in international waters. They have jails on the boats.
Do some shit that you can't do on land. Hey, international
I mean,
water
that you won't do on land, maybe, but you
Yeah,
can tell
that's
me what I
true.
can and can't do. It's America.
That's true.
Right.
America. It's only illegal if you get caught.
So they tell me.
Who's America? Am I right?
Yeah.
Speaking of America, one of our favorite things is collaborations between two awesome things. Well, Adidas footwear and the new Peter Parker game, new Spider-Man game that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks.
Peter Parker 2 photography simulator.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 video games launching, so they're doing this really awesome Venom symbiote kind of thing, and
these are so sick.
They're like,
damn, these are fucking tight.
Collaborations on this thing, like Shrek Crocs, like, don't even get me started. Fantastic. I actually saw them in the wild, and they're just as crazy looking as you would think. Yeah, a little kid at the park was wearing them. I'm like, hey,
okay,
Jeff, he's wearing them. Yeah, people actually buy, but
these are tight.
They're like, your running shoes, mostly red. And got the white little Adidas on the side, little blue for the Spider-Man, and then you have these wicked looking souls that are black with the little symbiote looking like it's crawling up. Oh my god, I don't even know.
Man. They're ultras. They don't even have a price on them yet. Release date October 20th.
20th. I've seen anywhere from 150 to 250 a pair.
Yeah, I'd imagine
that's kind of
probably pretty
around. So that's.
Do they have the
what we're
Spider? They
looking
do
at.
have the Spider-Man emblem on the front.
Oh yeah, if you didn't, what a missed opportunity that would be.
Yeah, dude, these might be the dopest shoes we've talked about on this show. October's a crazy month for games.
It is.
Spider-Man 2 releasing. Cyberpunk apparently just released some crazy shit.
Yeah, they got their liberties.
It's gonna be a good rest of the year for video games here for a while.
Yeah.
These are so sick, dude. I want them so bad. I wish I could buy fucking shoes.
Right.
I don't know what I'd wear these with. I'd probably get shot in the wrong neighborhood. They're red and blue on both sides.
Both sides, motherfucker. Both sides. As we like to do, I like to highlight Kickstarters that I think are kind of neat. I don't necessarily have backed the projects or anything like that, but I put it out there so that way people are, cool enough and like stuff that they might do it for these folks to hate it. Although this one's already met its goal. It's the Pokemon Zoology art book. And what I thought was really neat about this is that the artist who did this made it like so hyper realistic where like, if you look at the first picture there, it's the Bulbasaur with the little leaf bulb on its back, and he looks like a little reptile.
Yeah, dude,
looks like
he's
he
got
would
his little fangs in the front.
But they're just done in this hyper realistic like scales or rocky hide.
Yeah,
or looks
the
like
Dragonair. Oh, dude, the Charizard. I love that they put the Charizard in like an arena.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the other aspect too. Some of the backgrounds that they use, you're like, oh, that's kind of a fun choice for.
It's kind of wild to see like the Geo dude. They have him like walking on his hands, which makes sense because he doesn't have legs. But like, is that canon?
Oh, I was like in the shows. I always thought that he just kind of like hovered,
like floated. Yeah, right. It's kind of weird. He looks pissed off.
I mean,
and he did all 151.
I don't know.
I think he did.
But he's also got maps of like the
stunning 156 sided paperback art book is a complete collection featuring all 151 original Pokemon reimagined in beautifully realistic style. The Poliwhirl and Poliwrath. Oh man, these are cool. It's already been done, right? Like
it met its goal.
Is it 19 days to go? No, you can still back it. It met its goal.
Yeah,
there's still 19 days to back it.
Still plenty of time to back it for sure at this point. It looks like 40 pounds, which I think works out to be like $35 or so. If you want a physical copy of the book on the low end, of course, you could always go on there and just toss money at it and say, hey, I just want to back your thing.
I don't know. The Pokemon expert.
Oh, yeah. And then like each tier goes up from there with all the different cool, like,
Pokemon Gym Leader
stuff. Add on.
Yeah, these are cool. These are real cool. This would be like cool tattoos, like a realistic Pokemon, and it's all the Kanto region 151 stuff. Did I tell you I was able to get my hands on some Pokemon 151 stuff?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like the new set. Do you follow Pokemon cards at all?
No.
So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just dropped a new set like at the beginning of September or towards the end of September. I think it was like 22nd. And it was the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151. And it was like a new set. Hold on. the new set that was only the original 151,
Oh,
which
that's so cool.
for us, you know,
For
this
us.
for people that are on audio only, I'm holding up I bought one of the binder editions. Came with a cool Pokemon 151 binder. But yeah, like some of them's reimagined. They've kind of changed a couple of the like move sets for the actual trading card game from like the
Oh,
original
very cool.
cards, and like some of the artwork's different. But it's none of the like no Pokemon after first gen. The entire set is strictly based around the original 151, which for me
That's
was like I
sold.
mean, yeah, and you can't see it, but right here, right there is my unopened Elite Trainer box that I have been itching to ruin.
Totally
No,
elite.
but no, anyways, that away from that stuff. This
But
is
yeah,
cool.
if
Kickstarter
you want to
just
back it,
fucking cool shit.
yeah, go to Kickstarter. It's called the Pokemon Zoology Art Book by Joshua Dunlop. Go on there, support it if you like Pokemon stuff, you like artwork. I mean, hell, this would even make a really cool kind of table book if you've got guests to come over and look at your table. But yeah.
Yeah, but then people would have to come over.
I
You
know,
know,
right?
I'm
What
getting
a
I'm getting
weird.
to a real point in my life where internet friends are my real friends.
I mean, our whole relationship is precedented on it at this point.
uh,
So,
that and a mutual hatred of our job for a while.
yeah. Oh, well, it all started somewhere. Moving right along. So we've got the MCU, the Mattel Cinematic Universe. They're getting ready with 14 movies now that the writer's strike is and all that's kind of coming to a
Dude,
close.
If one of our goddamn movie ideas is any one of these, I'm gonna fucking throw a hissy fit.
No,
If they're
we-
making
we-
a Jenga movie, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, that's Hasbro, so we're gonna be okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hit Mattel because it's a hot topic right now, so we decided to go the not sister company, the
Wait.
cousin company.
Is Mattel a hot topic?
Is Mattel hot top? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Did
with
they
the
do
success of
something
Barbie,
racist? I'm so
What?
sorry. Go ahead.
they're a hot topic just because Barbie kicked so much butt in the box office that they're like, hey, if that's successful, let me do this, without thinking about the other attributes that made Barbie such the movie that it is.
The
not
first
just
picture
the
I
fact that
see
it's-
on here is Wishbone, bro, and they better not
Oh,
ruin my boy.
dude, like that's our dude. Like
You can't.
So
Yeah,
s-
don't
don't mess with Wishbone. We will
riot. Yeah.
I mean, not anything major, just kind of
No, I'm
you
breaking
and
a
I.
window somewhere. For sure.
I mean, do what you got to do.
Oh, I will.
Wrap your hand first so you don't get cut.
I didn't say I was going to do it with my fist. And what kind of rage
That's-
monster do you think I am? Anyways,
That's true. First one on the deck out of the 14 movies, Barney. Daniel Kaluuya from like Get Out. And he's an actor.
oh, okay, cool.
He has a story in mind for Barney, and he's kind of got a twist on it that's for adults, not for adults, kind of playing on the idea of Barney, the guy in the suit, kind of stuff like that. So
I hope it's a serial killer movie.
yeah. Let's see. It's really a play for adults. Not that it's R-rated, but it'll focus on some of the trials and tribulations of being 30-something, growing up with Barney, just the level of disenchantment within the generation.
Man, look, we do this show because we like nostalgia, right? And we like to feel those feelings that we didn't get when we were kids. And like, it's getting to a point where the depression of our generation is really hitting a fucking peak. Like, we're peaking as like a depressed generation. Like
Hitting us,
that,
and we're like,
it's we're getting real close. I mean, we're gonna have a real problem at some point before too long with just how society has ruined us as human beings that we're supposed to grow up and do awesome things.
Yeah, it's
That
too
got
real,
that got
if you will.
that got dark, yeah. But
Too real.
anyways,
Next one on deck is Polly Parkett, which is
Polly
kind of a
Parkett,
minute.
Peter
Polly
Parker,
Parker,
Polly Parker, Peter Polly's.
Peter. Polly Pocket, which is kind of like, for those who don't know, is kind of a mini, or like literally a mini version
It's
of Barbie.
Thumbelina shit.
Yeah. So it nothing except for like make Barbie but small. So it could be cool if they do like a shrunken thing, or maybe a borrowers kind of thing.
Yeah, I love small town big world, or small people big world shit.
Hot Wheels. This is
I mean,
J. Abrams is set to bring it to life.
why though? Why put him on it? Like, make it an animated movie, make it something cool. Because how do you make it a driverless Hot Wheels car cool? Unless you're doing some like Toys R Us like kid playing with cars and smashing them together, and it's actually like the movie cars, and they're like oh, like that's the only way I'm cool with that.
The whole reveal is like the Lego movie ending where you're like, oh, they were playing the whole time. What if they did a collaboration with Fast and the Furious and it was Dom and gang driving a bunch of wild ass Hot Wheels cars?
I mean, they already do that. Didn't they not go to space? Like,
I mean, they kind of did. But I want to see them drive like the toilet seat car. You know what I'm saying? Like the real weird, abstract stuff that Hot Wheels comes up with.
I don't know.
No,
I'm not interested. I got a bad taste in my mouth from the goddamn Hot Wheels game. So there's that.
Well, let's try this on for size. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
They already made that. It's called
Real Steel.
Real Steel. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's got a Hugh Jackman in it. Yeah, it's been done.
There's talks they're going to make a sequel to Real Steel. Like,
yeah, paint them red and yellow and let them fucking have at it. I'm okay with that. I'd rather see that than you come out with a Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie. The problem with a lot of these is it's like, I don't see how you would do them live action, and an animated movie with some of these titles, it's just gonna fail. What Generation Z or newer kid knows about Polly Pocket?
Good freaking question, man.
I mean, when was the last time you saw Polly Pocket? Retro convention that we went to a couple years ago?
Maybe.
Yeah, I swear I saw a Polly Pocket there.
Yeah.
Shit. Continue. Sorry.
American Girl.
So stupid. What is it going to cost me fucking $290 to go see this movie? Because that's what the fucking socks for these stupid dolls cost.
Jesus. Hey, you could take your doll for a nice lunch, which they won't eat.
Bring back the like tattooed teddy bears and the babies that take peas. Right? Like, if we're going to bring back something nostalgic, give me that. The one where you feed the cherries and it takes a piss.
Oh, you what? Yeah, I don't know. American Dolls are such a weird.
That seems too proper. And after the Megan movie, I'm
cool on too dolls. Real.
Yeah, I'm cool on dolls.
Magic 8 Ball.
I mean,
a PG-13 thriller, as it says. Horror movie. Go hard R for the Magic 8 Ball movie.
Yeah, I don't know what you do there. Like, that's
outlook not so good.
Yeah. Ask again later. Like, no, I need the answer now.
No, I need to know. The killer's literally behind me.
Yeah.
Am I going to survive this? See you later, or whatever
Chances
it says.
are no.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe. Now, this one I can get behind. They've needed one of these. Like, obviously, we got the cartoon on Netflix, that Kevin Smith did, and then they had the other show with it as well.
The cartoon
but
was
I think
good.
like another live action rather than Dolph Lundgren. Was it Dolph Lundgren? I don't know.
You saying it fucked me up because I'd have told you no until you said it. I just remember the haircut. I can picture it. Yeah, this one's been in the works for a little while though, right? Like if I remember right, like this was announced like last year or something, maybe the year before.
Yeah, they've been beating this thing around for years, and luckily we got the Netflix stuff that we did. But I don't know. We can only hope, because who doesn't like fantasy swole folks just swirling big ass swords?
I've got the power. Yeah, lightning strikes. Cool.
By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
screaming. That's all it is.
Please.
Okay, now.
Yes.
So we got like one positive, like, yeah, definitely. Major Matt Mason. This one I'm not too familiar with.
I have no idea.
The tell doll is a little different from others. Mention Major Matt. No, mate.
Do you want me to read this?
My brain's going quicker than my mouth. My mouth is going quicker than my brain. Major Matt Mason is an astronaut action figure from the 60s. Ugh. He lives and works on the moon, so we guess we could see where this is going. So basically, they want to do that Matt Damon movie where he goes to Mars and like hangs out.
The Martian?
The Martian, thank you. Yeah. You know the movie.
Yeah.
Could be good. I don't know.
I'm never gonna watch that movie.
Never? Yeah, it sounds
never ever.
Uno.
I mean, what is this going to be about, a murder spree of someone that gets like 4+4s dropped on them? And fuck you, Uno. We know how to play the game. You don't. All right. I don't want to hear this fucking no +4s on +4s bullshit. Right. But yeah, no, that's dumb idea. Move along. I can't even shit on it because it's just not worth it. Like, I don't know.
Like, in name alone, that's all it'll be, but it'll have nothing to do with
it's
the
just one
card.
person walking around a mall all by themselves for an hour and a half.
Yeah, try to
and
ask people to play
person.
Uno.
That's why it's called Uno.
There it is. You wrote it.
Boom. Put it on the elevator pitch.
Retronomipod@gmail.com.
That is correct.
Okay, now here's the man of the hour, Wishbone. I take it you were a fan from the way you reacted earlier.
Yes, of course, we were Wishbone fans. This was good. This was good.
Like,
hey, look, the first line underneath this says, "Does Wishbone really need a reboot?" No, it doesn't. Leave our puppers alone, right? Just leave him alone. It's cool. He was perfect when he was there. There's no need for it. You're not gonna get a person like me to watch it who grew up watching Wishbone. You know, like I don't know. No, just don't touch it. Re-release a remastered Blu-ray edition of the original series. Totally down for that.
That show was so wonderful.
It was great.
Like, not only was he going around doing like the stories, but like even kind of the stories with the humans were kind of like, oh man, we're getting a story out of story. You know, it's a hat on a hat.
Such a good dog.
I don't know. I'm still curious on what it would be, and I'd go see it because curiosity, you know. Matchbox, because you know we have Hot Wheels, so why not Matchbox?
I hope they do. I think his name's Tom Zielinski.
Tom Zielinski.
Zaleski?
Isn't that the inventor of the shrinking ray and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Or it's the dude from Black Sheep, or Tommy Boy. He worked for Sega. Hold on. Tom Kalinske. All right, so Tom Kalinske. I knew it was something because I just read the book about the Sega Nintendo War not too long ago. But Tom Kalinske worked for Mattel, or worked for Matchbox, I guess, at the time. And goes down to figure out there's some production stuff down in South America somewhere and goes down there and realizes that they're making like uh bullshit Matchbox cars when they shouldn't. Like the plant had been shut down, but they never really shut it down. They just told Matchbox that they had shut it down. And so Tom Kalinske went down there and found out that it was being ran and that they were doing some like weird shit out of it. This is how he ended up with Sega becoming like president, Sega of America's president. Anyways, I hope that's the story. It's like that back end story of like what all the weird shit that South America was doing at the time.
I mean, it sounds intriguing enough. I would watch that if it's just, and they just use the name because that's kind of the linchpin of the whole damn thing.
Yeah, they
that's
call it
interesting
Matchbox.
enough.
It's about Matchbox, and it's about how Matchbox almost went up like a Matchbox.
Yeah, before
Money.
Mattel was like, we'll buy you, why not?
Yeah, we already own the other cars.
Thomas and Friends.
I fucking hate Thomas the Tank Engine.
Really?
Yeah, I have no, like, nothing. Nothing. It moves my needle down, if anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, it was out of my realm. It wasn't like, it was not for me. Thomas the Tank Engine was not for me. I'm not a train person. Like, at all. And Thomas was always weird. I don't know. It seemed real boring the entire time. It's like they can't even walk. They're just on rails. It's so stupid.
You ever been on a train?
Yeah. I've been on a couple train rides. I went on Georgetown train once.
All right.
I know you can
That's
take I know you can take a train from here, from Denver to Steamboat on a day trip. I've thought about doing that a couple times. Just right out of Union Station, which is kind of cool.
Let's do it.
We're getting a private car though.
Oh, let's do it.
3-hour trip, private car. We don't need that much time, huh? Bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. The surprising thing is that Thomas and Friends been on for 24 seasons from 84 to 2021. That is wild to me because I thought it was something that was just like
I thought it was newer.
Mid 90s to like mid 2000s. That was I didn't realize it went until recently.
And that's what I was gonna say because I kind of read this one sentence that they have under this. Like as I was talking about it, I was like, oh, like I was too old by the time Thomas rolled around, and it's like apparently the fuck I was. Like Thomas been around for a lot longer than I've been alive.
It's so wild to me because like I remember with my eldest, her side of the family, or my ex-wife's side of the family. Her dad's from England, so Thomas played a big part in it, and so it was just interesting kind of having that aspect of it because like I like trains. I don't have a problem with them. I like riding them.
Yeah, but, I don't like them as much as fire trucks,
but like to have that, I don't know,
it does nothing for me. Like I said, I mean every Thomas the thing, it's just something it's a blackout part of my brain.
Yeah. Viewmaster, that's wild.
Again, you're just pulling at strings here, like, or whatever you want to call it. I did break out a Viewmaster the other day because I was looking for some stuff to put on eBay. Like going through some of the random shit I have in boxes, and I found a 3D lighted 3D lit Viewmaster that I have. Takes batteries, has a little light inside of it.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. It's like a backlit Viewmaster. But I've got like some Ninja Turtle Viewmaster slides and like some other stuff I was putting in there and like clicking through. And like, I remember like setting it down and being like, these were cool. Like, these were just cool.
They were a really neat thing. In fact, for Christmas, pretty recently within the last few years, that's what I got Tiff for Christmas one year is a Viewmaster, but it was all pictures of, like us and the kids through the years.
That's super cool, actually.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I have a very fondness of Viewmaster, and even as a kid, like just going and spending hours just looking at the same.
You could get slides of everything.
Oh, there's Barney. Get that
national parks.
Yeah,
fucking. It didn't matter. Like there was Viewmaster slides of everything. It's wild how many things you could look at 16 pictures of. How fast could you click the thing? It's like, done. Next, reload.
That satisfying click of the disc right in the
man, yeah. Pops, yeah.
Blow that cartridge. Christmas balloon. You ever hear this?
Nope.
Mattel will give themselves a biopic with this movie based on a true story. Per Variety, Christmas Balloon will tell a story of when Mattel donated toys to help make a young girl's dream come true after she tied herself Christmas list to a balloon that was found by a grieving couple who worked with the toy company to fulfill the girl's wishes. Mattel looks to produce a family drama drawing from the story. So it's not even based off of toy.
A toy. It's just based off of something good that Mattel did
Or
one
like,
time. Well, you know, like
because
we're such a good company. We're not polluting the
this,
oceans with plastic or anything. But this little girl.
we did this nice thing once only because of somebody who was like, "Hey, this would look really good on paper for you."
Fuck you, corporations.
So what do we got? A possible 2 out of 14?
Yeah, don't fuck with Wishbone. Master of the Universe, I'm cool with, and that's about it. All the other ones, I'm cool. I don't need any of these, except for Masters of the Universe. Yeah, Mattel, just chill, dog. Just chill.
Yeah, take a second. Take a seat.
How about let's not do any of what you think you should be doing right now? Give your employees more money, make cooler toys. How about that?
Ooh.
There's an idea for you in the 21st century.
21st?
Yeah, 20.
21st. 21st century.
Yeah.
Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century. Hey, we should go, you know, speaking of the Shrek Crocs from earlier, we could go stay at Shrek's Swamp through Airbnb.
Okay.
This Halloween, Donkey is swamp sitting for his best pal, DreamWorks Animation's Shrek. And he's rolling out the welcome mat to host fairy tale creatures of all kinds while he's there. Eh? You intrigued? Shrek's mud-laden, moss-covered, murky-watered swamp is situated among the rolling hills of Scotland, where guests can stay up all night, swap stories, and eat like an ogre. Because in the morning, Donkey's making waffles. Yeah!
Is it sad that all I want to do is fuck in this thing?
Yeah, right.
Like, I just knowing, like, damn well that they have cameras all over this fucking place. Like, I just want to go in and fuck and be like, well, this is what we do in other Airbnbs. Why wouldn't I do it in Shrek's? You know, he would have fucked Fiona in this castle, right? Or not castle,
yeah.
his castle.
Talk about bumping uglies.
Hey.
Yeah,
the treehouse looks cool though. It looks pretty badass, actually. Where's it at? Does it say?
Scotland somewhere? Scotland.
Oh, it's not even in America.
No, you'd have to take a 10-hour flight, but we now fly directly to Ireland, so you could actually take a 10-hour flight to Ireland and then get yourself a little, I don't know, it's like an hour and a half, 2-hour flight to Scotland, and then you could. Yeah.
And I'm out. Like, why isn't it in America?
It is pretty wild, right? Like the fact that first people who do it are people who aren't even known for swamps, but for, you know, islands and kilts and.
Yeah. They're not even known for waffles either. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know they're. Damn, it looks so good though, dude.
It does look really good.
It looks like
it looks very good.
Shrek's
it says stay out. Why would I want to stay there?
It's very uninviting. Beware ogre.
Yeah. Well, what if there is an ogre? I don't want to die to an ogre, dude. Especially one that was so expensive to die from. Like, fuck. It says with Donkey in charge, guests will have a chance to live their own versions of layered ogre life for 2 special starry nights, minus the torches, pitchforks, intrusive Duloc nights. How much extra do I need to pay to get those 3 things though? I have like the local villagers show up and like remove me, and then I got to go on an epic quest with a short king.
Oh my dude, right? I would actually, yeah.
Yeah.
We
If
should
I'm gonna
get to,
pay the
like-
money to go to fucking Scotland at this point, like, might as well just do it right, Shrek style.
I like it.
Yeah, you got a real infatuation with it. I can tell by the way that you're looking at the pictures on your screen, sir. This is bucket list material for Rick real fast.
That's
down, buddy. Dry your
Retronomipod at gmail.com or whatever our Venmo would be. I don't know. Figure that out later. Just hit us up and we'll talk about.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel and then DM me.
Indeed. But check it out. It's on Airbnb. It's fun. It's fun just to look at the pictures and be like, holy crap, somebody brought that to life. That is some wild business. So McDonald's. So I'm just going to keep plowing forward here. McDonald's is bringing back the Boo Bucks. God damn it. I am having a
Okay,
night.
I'm going to take over for the rest of the news, I think. Are you having a shirt? Do you smell toast?
Why is my left arm numb?
Yeah, I threw these on there because McDonald's bringing back the Boo Buckets. 4 of them to be exact. These are any idea in your head, okay? Riddle me this. How long have the Boo Buckets been around?
1981.
Not far off. But they were around when you were a kid, for sure. They came out in 1986 originally.
Oh shit.
There was 3 buckets, all orange jack-o'-lanterns with slightly different faces. And they have been periodically brought back throughout the years. A couple times there were some cool ones, like some ones with cookie cutters in them. Other times they did some real cheap ones because McDonald's. But this year they're bringing them back. They've got 4 Boo Buckets you can buy. The original orange jack-o'-lantern. There's a white mummy. There's a green Frankenstein and a purple bat. Are you interested at all in these things?
Like they brought him back last year too. And yeah, we were like, let's get the witch. Oh, we got to get the punk. Like, yeah, I buy in, even though they are like, they're not what we were when they were kids, because they're pretty simple. Like,
yeah.
But
luckily they still come with lids. Do they still serve your food in them? That's the real question.
They don't come with lids though.
They don't come with lids?
Those are faux. That little in the picture, they look like it's the pumpkin top, so to speak. It's flat along the handle.
No shit.
Not shitting you at all.
Huh.
But
either way,
still
do they serve your food in them?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as I still, like, if I buy them, I would want my food to come in it.
Naturally.
Yes. Don't give it to me on the side like I'm buying something from a fucking Walgreens. Yeah, I did throw this on there. First of all, because it's spooky month. And from our news stories, you could tell it was very light on spooky news. But I didn't realize the Boo Buckets were around so long. So these things have also been around for longer than I've been alive, which but it's weird to me that they did not just keep this throughout the years, right? Like this wasn't a yearly thing, like the Monopoly game or the fucking McRib.
Yeah. Like I imagine it's not super costly to do it. I mean, obviously it probably does cost something because
it's a company like fucking McDonald's and what they're going to charge us for it anyway.
Exactly. So it's just like, hey, if you upcharge me 10 cents to cover the cost of the bucket, cool. We'll do it, you know? So
even at that, like you upcharge me $1, I'm still going to buy it. Like,
yeah.
I went to a McDonald's today where the McDoubles were $3.19. And the hot and spicies were $2.39.
Isn't
Both
it wild?
items of which have not changed and probably gotten smaller and worse throughout the years, and were all on the dollar menu at one point.
There's no dollar menu.
No dollar menu, dude. But yeah, the Boo Buckets throughout the years. There's a cool if any of you have heard of a website called Nightmare Nostalgia. It's a website I like to venture to. The girl that runs it does a lot of cool stuff. She's got a good Instagram and Facebook page too, if you're ever interested. But she has an article up on her website that kind of goes through the history of all of the Boo Buckets, and it's a good watch. Like it's a super cool watch to see like the evolution of all the Boo Buckets throughout the years. Are you looking at the website?
Oh my god!
Yeah, she does some cool stuff. Her Instagram, like I said, is very cool too. Shout out Nightmare Nostalgia. Hopefully someone reaches out to you and says that we shouted you out, so you DM me for awesome, cool stuff. But yeah, she puts a lot of cool stuff on the website. A lot of old horror stuff. Just everything right. It's the website we always wanted to do and just don't have the time to put up.
Yeah.
Plus her name's awesome. Like Nightmare Nostalgia is a fucking cool name.
What a cool grab, man. Like we got I think ours is solid in that kind of
I love our name. Yeah.
Like Retronomipod, it fits in the spooky, it fits in the nerdy, it fits in the everything. Like, but Nightmare Nostalgia is like
it's pretty fucking sweet name. But yeah, she's got a video up. I'm sure you can find the video on YouTube too. But the history of the Boo Buckets is kind of wild, like I said, because half the reason because they've been around for so goddamn long.
Holy smokes. Love the Boo Buckets.
Yeah, the Boo Buckets are fucking cool. I'll let you knock out the next one because this one's your edition.
If I can, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, another great collaboration between again, they haven't done it before. Scooby-Doo and Gang Special Halloween Dozen Donuts. Krispy Kreme is coming out with Scooby-Doo donuts, which what's not to love? Scooby-Doo donuts. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Scooby-Doo donuts. You had me at donuts.
Yeah. With Scooby-Doo.
Dude, these are epic ass fucking donuts.
Yeah.
I really just want them, like, I assume they're plastic little tips. So what we're looking at is they have done very special edition donuts that are, the Mystery Machine one just looks like a glazed donut with black sprinkles on top with a little green sauce with the Mystery Machine posted on top of it. There's a purple, god damn it, what is this dude's name? Is it just the Frankenstein? Frankenstein's monster?
It's just like the classic monster, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Purple. This one's probably cream filled. And then the Scooby one's got light blue frosting on top with some green swirls and orange center with Scooby plastic. These are cool. They look dope. Like these are beautiful. These are beautiful donuts. Really though, I just want this box.
That box is next level. Like,
dude, the box is just Halloween mystery. The case of the disappearing donuts. Touche, Krispy Kreme. The orange one's cool. Yeah, these are sweet. I have to go hunt some of these down. Yeah, yeah. Are these out and about?
I think they're out as of now. Yeah, I think, let's see. Krispy Kreme, Scooby-Doo, Hollywood Windows is available now in shopper for pickup or delivery. Guests who wear a Halloween costume to participating shops on October 31st can also get a free donut of choice with no purchase necessary, which will cover what our Halloween costumes will be on a future episode.
Alrighty then. Can I get...
You're just gonna do it now. It's
I'm just seeing if Amazon had them. They do not. This might be something I tag on too. I imagine they're pretty just normal ass donuts, which sucks because give me weird flavors with my donuts, please. But I'm not mad at it.
It's like orange cake batter, buttercream, chocolate piece topping. Second one is a dipped chocolate ice cream, chocolate sprinkles with lime green icing. There's an Oreo cookies and cream filled spooky monsters and cream donut, and an orange icing sprinkle donut. Yeah, so you're nothing that's changing the world necessarily, but just kind of fun, you know.
Yeah, it sucks because some of this stuff is so cool that I'd want to like keep it, but you can't just keep donuts on the shelf, guys. Like, it's not a collectible.
Why not? It's sugar.
I mean, you could probably epoxy them and I don't know if they'd ever go bad, like inside. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Wild thing that would be walking to somebody's house and they freaking see your your box of donuts and like, oh, I'll have one. You're like, please don't eat that. You will die.
Well, I would put it in like a resin box, right? Like I would just put the donut in on like a
Get the
stand
whole
and then just
thing.
epoxy resin in a big square, like a snow globe with the donut inside.
There you go. I love it.
Moving along, some game news, some Halloween game news, right? Amongst
What?
a bunch of other cool stuff coming out, like Killer Clowns games still coming out. They've got a couple Dead by Daylight clones out right now. Fortnite, and as they do, has come out with more skins that I just absolutely have to have in a game that I barely play anymore. Fortnite's introducing Michael Myers skins, old school Michael Myers, and Jack
Yeah.
Skellington into the Fortnite universe. They've done so many collabs, it's insane. Like the amount of badass skins they have in Fortnite of just about anything and everything continues to grow.
It's
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah, they're basically the Funko Pop of gaming. Like they get the IP for
Really?
everybody, and they're just like, yeah, well, it'll just be a simple skin. Maybe you'll get a fun little dance movement that you get to do or something. You know, like
So
that's it.
yes. So in Fortnite, ongoing now until November 2nd, Fortnite Mares 2023 focuses mainly on vampires, but the new crossover costumes, which will be available in the in-game item shop, include Michael Myers with his kitchen knife. That will be your pickaxe. Jack-o'-lantern, which is the backpack. A new emote, which I hope to God is him just walking slow forward, right? But who knows? I'll watch that one later. The fact that you get the kitchen knife, I think, is absolutely fucking awesome because that's the only pickaxe I would use in that game always.
That's so funny. Just be picking away at the freaking
Yeah,
walls.
dude, I think it would be so cool. While Jack Skellington gets 2 costume variants. So he is getting his Santa costume with him in the Santa costume, and then his initial or his original black and pinstripe suit. He's also getting a Zero backpack, which is cool because it's just Zero on your fucking back. Peppermint parasol pickaxe, sled glider, which is just the sled glider is cool because it's the skeleton reindeer that's pulling it. That one's kind of dope. Plus, he's also getting 2 emotes. They're also doing Alan Wake in the game. For anybody that knows, Alan Wake's a scary game. Alan Wake 2 drops soon. TM. I think it's like right before Halloween. Alan Wake 2 is supposed to be a great game. It's a horror game for anybody that's interested. It comes out this month. It's supposed to be good. But that skin also comes in. But the Michael Myers skin is something. The emote looks like he's playing the Halloween theme song with his kitchen knife. Oh my God. Hold on.
Speaking of the vampires that they're introducing for this spooky season, they actually look pretty dang cool for like I don't play Fortnite at all, but like the vampires they're introducing kind of part of this, this spooky month is pretty cool alone, let alone being able to have Jack Skellington and Michael Myers.
Okay, I'm going to play this video and I'm going to see if the recording gets it, which I imagine it will. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
Okay, I don't think the podcast can either. This is awesome. It's literally him playing with his right hand, like do 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 do, and all the like the low notes he's just hitting with the kitchen knife here. I will send you this.
That is fantastic.
Real quick. I just want you to see it and we can move along. I'm gonna shoot this to you in Discord here.
Right. Meow. Yeah.
It's in our chat for the show. I mean, yeah, him just hitting the low notes with the kitchen knife as he's playing the song. Come on, That's gonna come up with some of the coolest, like, I swear there's gonna be some awesome like kill videos where it's just like him hiding in a closet and he, like in Fortnite you can hear people around you and it's just gonna be him doing the emote and all the kids like freaking the fuck out knowing that there's somewhere in this house is a Michael Myers. And it's just like we either gotta hunt him down or he's gonna find you. It's gonna
It
be
is
That's cool.
hot,
I will
hot.
have to log back on to Fortnite.
God damn it, Fortnite! Good job. That's just
That's cool.
I don't know.
That's cool. It's
yeah,
Dead by Daylight getting Ghostface, right? Like
yeah.
collabs that are just like there's no reason Michael Myers and Fortnite should go together well,
Huh.
except for the fact that game is so good about being like, holy shit, I just got killed by a fucking xenomorph, right? Or John Cena just murdered me in Fortnite as I was Master Chief. Whatever it is.
For whatever reason, I just didn't think that Fortnite took it. I just thought they were skins. I just thought, oh, you could look like John Cena. I didn't realize they went the next level and gave like emotes or backpacks or accessories.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like super simple. Like
You get
it's
full.
just a skin, but you get that's so
No, you get
cool.
so much cool shit with them. Like the pickaxe and the costumes are what you go for, right? Like when no build first came out for Fortnite, I played a bunch of it. Like I put in hours of no build. And one of the collabs that they did while I was playing was the Dragon Ball Z collab. So you could get Goku and Vegeta skins. I got a backpack that is literally like the GPS signal for the Dragon Balls.
Oh
like
yeah.
It's just got dots, right? And then if you did enough of these quests, like throughout the game, you unlock Shenron as your glider. So like when I glide down now, I break out a full size fucking Shenron that I fly down to the fucking ground with. It was like I don't complete many challenges in Fortnite alone, but that was one that I completed. Like I fought hard for that fucking Shenron glider.
That's very cool.
Yeah, dude, Fortnite's fucking legit, bro. Like everyone loves to hate on it, but there's a reason these motherfuckers make so much goddamn money.
Yeah. You can't hate on, especially when they're cool. They're doing the cool shit. Like
they're doing cool shit. I'll go play their Nightmare lineup. I do it every year for a couple games. Like I jump on Overwatch just so I can see all the Overwatch Halloween skins. I'm gonna try to resub to World of Warcraft here in the next month. First of all, because I want to play and it's going to be a problem. And I don't really have time for a lot of other games. So I figured if I focused on one game, maybe I'd play a little more. Probably won't. But during Halloween, they do a Headless Horseman's quest, like where the Headless Horseman comes and he's like a boss in the little town or whatever. Just cool little things. I love the Halloween like stuff that people do in games. I think it's fucking awesome.
You'll have to bring it to the show so that way you can kind of talk about what each one of your Overwatch did this for this season.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take a look at that. Maybe, maybe we'll get to talk about it next week. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. No guarantees, but that'd be kind of
the last thing I wanted to bring to the table before we move along is I wanted to ask, especially because you and I mean, we watch horror movies throughout the year as much as we can, I'm sure, but in October, it is pretty much the only thing I watch. Like I try to make a point. With that being said, have you got a chance to look around at the different streaming services Halloween lineup? Like I know Hulu does their Huluween. Yeah, which was originally awesome. And I mean it's still pretty good, don't get me wrong. Like I look at it. The one thing that I love that these streaming services are starting to do, especially around major holidays like Halloween and Christmas, is they're putting collections together of TV shows, holiday themed episodes.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to search through, HBO to find or Disney to find The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror stuff. Like they already collected them all for me.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite things growing up is watching the Home Improvements episodes because Tim Allen was like a huge like trick or treat guy. So like come the Halloween season, he'd always have a crazy Halloween episode.
Yes.
So I always look forward to those because they were so kind of inventive and kind of neat. But
the reason I bring this up is because Peacock, which I will be the first to admit, is a streaming service that I've canceled after Xfinity told me that they weren't going to pay for it anymore. Because I just never really watched it. Like I have my normals, right? Like I have Hulu, I have Netflix, HBO Max. We still have Disney Plus, and Peacock was one that was just like, cool, like there's nothing on here I need to watch anymore. Now that has changed. They've put a lot of shows on Peacock. They're getting a lot more movies. Like it's becoming a legitimate streaming service. But this year, they did their Halloween horror where they added 500 titles to their horror section for Halloween. By no means am I going to go through all of these, but I just want to point out a few. And some of these like are probably on other streaming services, some of them, and if I notice that they're exclusive to Peacock, I will try to say it. But they've put all the Amityvilles on Peacock. This includes 3D, The Possession, The Awakening, and Uprising. All of these are exclusive. They put Candyman. They put all of the Chucky movies, Bride of Chucky, Child's Play.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the Chucky TV show that's premiering the 4th season coming up, so it just makes sense.
I haven't watched any of it.
And folks I talk to about it are like, "Why aren't you watching it? It's so good." Like to have like an episodic Chucky is, yeah, it's something that we'll have to definitely watch because
we might have to take a look at it. They've watched. Or they put on Casper, the 2004 Dawn of the Dead, all the original Dracula and Frankenstein movies, like Frankenstein from 1931, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, all the Halloweens, including the new one. Insidious. Yeah, Season of the Witch is on there. Prince of Darkness, Psycho all the way up. Saws all the way up. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the 2019 version. Slither. Have you seen this movie?
Slither's so much fun.
Do you like it?
It's James Gunn's like movie. Like it's kind of his big.
So it's got some comedic parts into it, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
check it out. It's fantastic.
I want to watch it super bad.
Oh, then definitely watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it because I haven't seen it, and I was listening to a podcast earlier in the week where they started talking about it, and talking about it turned into gushing about it, and I was like, I've passed this movie 100 times.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a James Gunn movie. Like, there were certain aspects of that, but anyways, some of the stuff that really for me on this list that I want to watch real bad: Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood, and Demon Knight from 95 and 96. Tales from the Hood 1 and 2 from 95 and 2018. They put The Birds on there, to Hitchcock's Birds.
That's fucking so good.
Pretty good movie.
Hitchcock, watch it.
The movie that you never see streaming anywhere, The Frighteners. Now, this is one of my favorite old school, quote unquote, scary movies. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, I haven't seen. That's Michael J. Fox. It's
Michael J. Fox with the ghost. And this. I own this movie on VHS still.
Is it scary though?
It's not. There are some weird, uneasy parts of that movie, but for the most part, it is like a comedy that has some fucking implication and murder in it, you know. And that's the thing, because like it is a murder movie, like it is a serial killer movie. It just happens to have some weird stuff. People Under the Stairs, Purge Anarchy, The Thing, the 1982 and the 2011 version, The Wolfman from 2010, They Live from 88, great fucking movie. Village of the Damned and Werewolf of London, 1935. These are just some of the 500 that they're putting on. And it's going to kind of go out through the month of October. Five Nights at Freddy's comes out October 27th, exclusive to Peacock. I'm very interested in that.
Well, because I think that means they're doing like the, because it's going to theaters as well. So I think it's working out where, hey, if you want to see it in the theaters, cool. If not, chill at home. So it kind of works for both of us. I could go see it in the theater while you're watching it at home.
100%. Yes. Plus all the movies that they have kind of going on. Cockneys versus Zombies from 2012.
Very good movie.
Is it really?
Very good. Yes.
The fact that you've seen that makes it just, you disgust me sometimes. What about Cannibals and Carpet Fitters?
Cannibals and Carpet Fitters.
Sounds like something you would call somebody you didn't like.
It really does. Hey, you fucking cannibal carpet fitter. No, I haven't
Um,
seen that one. That's me.
yeah, so they've got a killer lineup this year. May have to resub to Peacock for the rest of October.
Yeah, I watch it mostly just because it's got the wrestling stuff through it. So that's Hostels on there. Like, God, yeah, it's this list, and it just they slowly release stuff throughout uh the month of October, like you were saying. So like
Yeah.
you can watch something this week, and the next week there's a whole new selection that they added to the already pretty massive selection. So that's
And
really
they've got
great.
a lot of
Plus,
old ones on there, which I really dig because you don't get a lot of like good classics, like 80s classic horror movies, right? Like that's stuff that I want to see. They have Hell Night from 81 on here, Invitation to Hell 1984, Kolchak, The Night Stalker.
all the Puppet Masters, let's go.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff. Check it out. Before we move along to what we're going to talk about tonight, I watched a couple of horror movies that I just want to touch on for a second. Because, of course, we're in October, so it is what I'm watching. Randomly put on The Conjuring a couple nights ago. Last night, maybe.
very good.
The fucking Conjuring, man. I've said it in the past, and I'll say it again. I've said it on the show multiple times. The Conjuring may be one of the freakiest movies ever made. It still gets in a weird spot in my head, and I've seen that movie fucking 20 times. But there was still, like, there was a point where we were laying in bed watching it. And it's like 10:30 and like some creepy stuff. And the part that gets me the most, and it makes my hair stand up thinking about it right now, is Lorraine Warren is hiding under, like, she just fell through the floor and she's in the basement and she's like hiding under a table, and like the body comes swinging down and all you see is the feet of this body hanging from the rafters. And then, like, as it slows down, the feet start turning towards where she's sitting, and
Oh,
all you can see
yeah.
is the feet, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's all you can, like, I'm making my fucking hair stand up as I'm talking about it. But that movie still bangs. The one that I was surprised to see this year, and it's always weird when it comes to streaming because some people do it, some people don't, is they put the Scream franchise on HBO. I have watched the first three. Every one of those movies still bangs. Like that, they still, to me, are some of the best campy slasher movies ever made.
Yeah.
The killer's cool, the cast is good, the concept is sick. The first movie is fucking iconic with the way that they did the ending, the whole concept of the dual murder, like the dual murderers. And it's just like the way. Yeah. See, you went too deep on that one, you know? Like, those movies are still good. I suggest anybody that's never seen, I mean, first of all, I'm a huge Ghostface fan. He's my second favorite slasher of all time. But like rewatching all three of those movies, like, they aged perfectly for me personally. Like, they still go hard as fuck.
Yeah, they do something that's like incredible because like the whole conceit of the first one was like they were touching on things that like the rules of horror movies.
Yeah.
But somehow they've been able to keep up with the meta of it all, of like talking about horror movies while establishing new rules to horror movies while also touching on other rules that are being made by other filmmakers that are it's like
Yes.
it's incredible, like, to be able to do that and still be doing it, what, 20 almost 30 years after the fact.
Well, and to take something that, like, something as simple as how do you make copycat killers stay relevant, right? Like, something like, why is this girl so unlucky that in 3 different cities she's had 3 different killers do the same goddamn thing? And somehow it still works each time. And you really just, like, they were good about keeping the killers secret. Like, it was very impressive on how they can keep the killers, like, in our heads from being found out. Like even as we were watching through the second one, I was like, oh, I think I remember who the killer is on this one. Like, been a while since I'd seen that one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah,
No.
I know it. And I get to the end and I'm like, oh yeah. Like, forgot about that part.
It's like a fun murder mystery of like, well, who is it? You know, you get to play along
Yeah, it's a real
with
Clues
with the
Clue
team.
of Blue's Clues.
Ooh, Oh yeah, that's a good point that they bring up. Oh, now they're dead, huh? Who could it be? You know, like
Plus, the
it's
amount of people they got to star in those movies is absolutely insane. Like the people that
oh,
show up,
it's
just
a
a
who's
who
who through
list.
the
Yeah,
generation of like, let alone the original cast being who they are and still coming back after all these years, despite being stabbed, shot, and everything in between multiple times. Like it's pretty wild. And you know, I think that was originally Wes Craven that did that one, right?
yep, that is a Wes Craven
Yeah.
joint.
So it's like, well, the dude who brought us Nightmare on Elm Street, sure, why not bring us some freaking a new
Yep.
generation of horror? Like,
He made one of the most iconic horror masks of all time.
yeah,
Like genuinely did, and at a time where it shouldn't have been possible for us to get a new horror mask.
he's like, hang on, here you go.
Check it out.
You like it? You like it? But yeah, good call. We've watched Addams Family and Casper, so
We
that
watched
tells you
Casper
kind of
last night.
we're just
Movie
like,
still
yeah,
bangs. Great movie.
you know,
Fuck
that's
Devin
so.
Sawa and every girl that had a crush on him.
Oh yeah, Jeff the
including
whole
my
time was
other
like,
half.
man, he's so young, but man, he was so cute back in the day.
He's
Like,
a
all
little
right,
cutie pie, dude. Like he was
all
killing him.
right.
But then I was like,
Yeah.
because my other half was like, ooh, Devin Sawa. And I was like, ooh,
You're like,
Christina Ricci.
yeah. We both win in this movie, all
I
right?
will say with Casper, and I just want to bring it up before we move along here, but they murdered her dad. Like straight up murdered.
Straight up.
Like,
Yeah,
I was like after it happened, he comes back a ghost and he's all fucked up and happy. And I was like, these selfish little pricks. They shot him with a shotgun.
Oh.
Just murdered him right there.
it just
Crazy.
it's a weird sort of thing going back and watching 90s family stuff, because like
Yeah.
it's so like wouldn't pass the guides today, like through the 2023 filter for a movie back in the 90s. You're like, oh, that wouldn't be in there. Oh, that definitely wouldn't be. It's so weird, but man, I love it so much. It's like,
Yeah,
make more
it's
of
good.
these. Like, it's entertaining for everybody. But
It really is.
indeed, it really is fantastic. Well, I brought us a game this week. It's going to be super fun. So I'm going to bring you a line from a movie that the main horror villain has said, and you're going to try and guess either the movie or the villain.
Okay.
So if you could do both,
Ooh.
ding, ding, ding. You know,
This
but if you
one's
can,
gonna be weird
get
for
the
me.
movie, this is going to be weird.
I've
got
watched
15.
a lot of horror movies, but I love very few.
Yeah. And there'll be some deep cuts in this that might be like, oh, all right.
Yeah, because you're gonna get some shit from me that I'm like, I'm gonna be disappointed that I don't know.
Okay, so starting with 15, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Oh shit. This is the first one that's gonna fuck me up.
I mean, right out of the gate.
And we've used this quote so many times to not remember where it comes from. I don't remember.
I didn't even set this up to do multiple choice, so we'll fly it through quicker
no,
if
it's
we
cool.
don't. It's from The Fly. It's said by Jeff Goldblum's character Seth. Gina Davis is in this movie as well. Back in 1986 is when this came out. Gina?
No. All Ginas are Ginas.
All Ginas are Gina. Gina Davis. The Fly. Yeah, classic movie. You ever see that one?
I've seen it once or twice.
Cool.
When I was young on that one.
Yeah. This one you I hope you can get. I'm your friend to the end.
Oh, this is a good old Chucky Child's Play movie.
Yep. The original 1988 Child's Play.
Ugh.
Serial
God,
killer
that thing
taking
just
over.
murdered everybody. Throws that girl right out the window.
Right, bonkers shit, man.
Yeah,
like, woo. There's a reason why we all were terrified of dolls after that.
The pitter patter.
One of us. One of us.
Oh. Is this People Under the Stairs?
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Guessing. It's from the 1932 film Freaks.
Okay, yeah, I would have gotten that. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Gooby, gooby, gooby.
Oh, that was
One
a
of
talk
us.
about a deep
One of
cut, though.
us. That's what I'm saying.
Should I watch that movie?
Absolutely. You should watch
You're a
all horror
Universal
movies.
monster. Yeah, you're
Oh,
a
dude,
classic
I love
monster
those old
person. Yeah.
freaking. They move so slow, but like the tension that builds, it's lovely. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
I swear this is a Pennywise line.
No.
I'm gonna get you, Barbara. Now I've said it, and that's all I can think is fucking Barbara. Barb.
They're coming to get you,
Give me a hint.
Barbara. You want a hint?
Yep.
The hint I
without
get.
giv-
How do I? It's originally it was in black and white. It's
Oh,
from
this is the goddamn
1968.
zombie. Yeah, this is Night of the Living Dead. Holy fuck.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why I didn't remember that.
Like he knows this one.
Yeah.
George A.
yeah.
Romero's classic zombie
Yep.
masterpiece, Night of the Living Dead.
This was back
Great
before it was
freaking movie.
colorized in the 90s.
Oh,
God,
you'll
you want to talk
definitely
about a
get
tension building movie? Like the whole reason that movie was so
and the
fucking
ending.
scary. Yeah.
So good, especially for the time. What's your favorite scary movie?
I mean, we just talked about this. This is Ghostface all day.
All day.
Friday the
Drew
13th, part 8.
Drew Barrymore's in the beginning. So
Dude, yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
sequences.
You forget about that. And she doesn't even look like Drew Barrymore in that movie, which is kind of wild. Like she sounds like her more than she looks like her, in my opinion.
Yeah. Here's Johnny.
That's just Shining.
The Shining. Did you know that line was improvised by Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, I mean, I also know that Stephen King hated that Stanley Kubrick's rendition of that movie. And the miniseries that he did by himself is actually very, very, very good.
It's alive! It's alive!
I mean, this is Frankenstein.
Yeah,
it's all Frankenstein's monster.
1931.
I told you we started
Universal.
watching Young Frankenstein the other day with Gene Wilder. God damn, that movie's still so good.
Everybody in it is so just
Fucking
hitting
Mel
on the
Brooks,
other
man.
next level. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I mean, yeah, Freddy's coming for you, bro.
1984, A Nightmare on Elm Street with the very young Johnny Depp.
Oh, and his little crop top, dude. If I could have ever pulled off a crop top the way that this
Dude,
man did,
right?
fucking 16. That's an introducing Johnny Depp movie.
No, instead I was raised late 80s, early 90s, where baggy was the
Jinkos, dude. You could fit all that in a bag of chips right in there.
two liters in the back pockets. You better believe it. You'll float too.
Oh, here's our
You'll
Pennywise
float
one.
Yeah, there it is. It. Man, I like both versions of those films. Like the miniseries.
Yeah, I mean they leave out the most gruesome part of the book, but probably for good reason.
Yeah, you know.
Can't have a bunch of kids fucking.
Yeah. I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them. I'm going to die out here.
Oh. Should I know this one?
Oh, you'll know it.
I don't know.
It really can I say shaky camera?
Oh, this is is this Blair Witch Project?
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this movie the other day because I was listening to a podcast talking about found footage movies.
Yeah.
And like how good the Blair Witch was for something that you never actually get to see anything, like how good that fucking movie was. That was one of the first movies that genuinely scared the absolute living shit out of me. Watched that movie way too fucking young.
99, so you were
10?
10?
About to turn 10. And probably watched it in 99.
That'll do it, especially impressionable.
Yeah, dude, that movie was scary.
I See Dead People. You got
that. Yeah. This movie has okay. So The Sixth Sense as a whole was fine, right? This is probably M. Night Shyamalan's best fucking work ever.
Sure.
It's hard to rewatch because the twist is given up, but
Yeah.
it has two of like the scariest moments in a non-horror movie. Like, and I'll tell you the two. This shit freaked me out as a kid. I hated watching this movie growing up because of these two parts. But the first one is him walking through the school and like turning and seeing all the bodies
Mm.
hanging. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I can feel my hair standing up talking about it now. And the second is like him in the tent when like the
Oh,
kid with all stuff out like comes, dude. Like, I'm in fucking basement alone, bro. Like, I feel fucking creeped out now. Like, I feel fucking creeped out now. But those two scenes, like that movie as a whole is mid in my opinion nowadays. Like, it doesn't hold up nearly as well. But those two scenes when I was growing up were just god awful frightening. Like, frightening.
very well done.
Yes, yeah, they did a good job. It was a good movie back then for sure. He really hit it out of the park in those first two.
Yeah.
Like, Signs and fucking The Sixth Sense. Like, god damn.
Second one, Signs. Swing for the fences.
Yeah.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Oh, this is oh fuck! I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
We all go mad. Go a
Oh
little mad.
shit! I'm not gonna be able to pull it. Give me a small hint if you can.
Hitchcock.
This isn't Birds.
Mm.
This is oh fuck!
A little bit of cross-dressing happening.
I don't remember.
It's Psycho.
Psycho. Goodness gracious! Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
the fucking line. You forget
Yeah, you did.
that's a
You
Hitchcock.
knew it.
Like,
Yeah, oh god.
yeah, goddamn. I can see the meme with like because Christian Bale says it in the newer one when in American Psycho or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I could picture in my head was the fucking Christian Bale meme. Yeah, that movie. That's a movie that I didn't watch a whole bunch. The craziest thing to think about that original one is the fact that that's Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Right.
Like, I mean, OG Scream Queen turned into daughter Scream
Popped
Queen.
out a queen.
Yeah, fucking great too. Goddamn.
Go. I ate his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Fucking Hannibal Lecter, man. This is what Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Hello,
1991. Fucking introduced the world to Anthony Hopkins. I mean, he'd done stuff before.
That movie doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Yep. Not for me. I've watched it a few times.
Is it the pacing of it?
Yeah, like I don't know, serial killer movies in a certain extent, like he does it in a weird way, right? Where it's like I don't know. There's some cool parts to that movie, but it was never one that like I just never did anything for me on like the fear gauge.
Yeah.
And so I think thinking about it as a horror movie just doesn't work in my head when I think about shit that I want to watch. And like I could go back and watch it now and I'm sure it's a fine movie. But like even when I was growing up and watched that movie for the first time, I was just like, okay, like it's like the Saw syndrome, right? It's like that playing on people's fears part of it that it doesn't like I fear weird things. Like I fear feelings more than I fear certain things. We talked about clowns last week or whatever. Like I don't know, yeah. It was never that one will never make a list for me.
Yeah, I mean, especially since like Hannibal Lecter's the pull for that one, like as the villain, but he's not even the villain of it. He's just like a consultant that happens to be in it. The real one is Buffalo Bill. And
well, and don't they cover that? Because what else came out with that Red Dragon?
Red Dragon came out Hannibal years later.
Hannibal, yeah.
And then we got prequels and stuff, but and a TV show that's supposed to be excellent. But yeah, Hannibal Lecter, 1991. Very good movie. They're here.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like some shit from fucking They Live. Shit. I know this one too. Give me a hint.
Uh, Staticky TV.
Staticky TV. All I can think of is the fucking Ring.
Nope, not The Ring. Um, uh, I'm trying to think of like what else I could give you. Haunted House.
Yeah, I don't know. Give it to me.
You moved the skeletons, or no, what was it? You moved the tombstones, but you left the skeletons. You left the bodies. It's Poltergeist from 1982.
Okay, this is a movie I didn't watch that often growing up either. And Poltergeist got a PG-13 rating, but apparently it should have gotten an R rating. And they had a scene taken out during the editing of that movie. That,
Really?
Yeah, is the reason that it got a PG-13 rating. We've talked about this, I think, in another episode, that Poltergeist probably should have been a rated R movie, but it benefited from the year that it came out versus coming out later.
Man, that movie as a kid.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one.
Like back in the day when like eventually TV shows would just end and there'd be nothing to watch and it would just go to static. That used to scare the shit out of me, so I'd have to like turn off the TV super quick because I'd be freaked the hell out. I want to play a game.
This is Saw.
Ah,
Do you want to play a game?
I want to play a game. Was the
No, I
original
guess
one.
Ghostface says, "Do you want to play?" Yeah,
But, I mean,
the Saw movies. The Saw movies. I don't know. The Saw movies, in my opinion, were heroic, less than scary, because these are real bad people. Maybe not real bad people, but they're pretty shitty people.
Pretty shitty people, maybe not to the degree of killing them, but like I don't know. It's what kills me for Saw is that like the story becomes so convoluted with this person's actually working for Jigsaw, which happened 2 movies ago. You just didn't realize it because blah blah blah. And they kill the main guy 3 movies in, spoiler alert. And it's just like
I love the meme where they're like, whoever the thought process of having Tobin, God damn it, what's his name?
Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell, thank you.
Yeah.
Having Tobin Bell go back in time for a flashback and all they did was put a backwards hat on him. Yeah, that, like, some of that, I don't know, like, the Saw movies, there's what, like, fucking 10 of them now? Like, it's Fast and the Furious, and I kind of gave up after, like, the 3rd one. Because it was the first one where they're in the room, which was crazy that they made that movie just in the room.
James Wan's directorial debut, speaking of The Conjuring earlier, like that guy went on to become like a voice of horror. And he started it with Saw. Like that original film can't be touched. It's really well done. The first 2 really are like,
yeah, because the second one was like the Hell House one, right?
Yep.
Where they put everybody in the like House of fucking Horrors and they had to like put their
pit of the pit
razor
of
blade,
needles,
the pit of needles. Yeah, it gets everybody. Yeah, I don't care. It doesn't bother me that much. I don't have a problem with needles like whatsoever.
Neither do I. But like just the aspect of like falling in that.
For me, like, it was the razor blade box, like where she had to put her hand through, but then couldn't pull it back out. That freaks me out more than the fucking pit of needles. Like I'd have stuck my goddamn hand in that. Like I could have figured that the fuck out.
Like I just need to nick the needle away. Like what do you say?
Yeah, I don't know. That one's that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's just great movies. 15 like solid
Damn, that
movies.
was 15?
Yeah, we breezed through this. You've got most of them.
Most of them. Okay, I feel good. I wasn't gonna get the 1931 one. That's for damn sure. I have trouble going back and watching like some of the black and white ones. Like even the original Night of the Living Dead. Like that movie got me into zombies. Like George A. Romero in general. But even when I go back and watch that movie, I watch the colorized version, the remake in the 90s. And it's the same movie, it's just colorized. But
yeah,
like to go back, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because like I was just out of a generation that black and white movies, like my parents weren't watching that many black and white movies either. So maybe there was like a part of me that just wasn't shown a lot of those things. Um, but like even now going back and watching a black and white movie, it's still kind of tough. Like, and I guess that's like one of those weird things about that's a first world problem, I imagine. But like it's hard for me to go back and watch some of the old movies, like the 1930s, 1940s movies.
It's like watching those, it's clear like early technology for what it is. It's like you're hiring all these theater actors to come and do stuff in front of a camera without really knowing the technology of the time. So they're doing things, and for the time, they're doing things that are crazy inventive, but it's also a pacing issue where, you know, a theater, you could take long pauses and breaks and be dramatic, whereas in film, that just doesn't work, where smaller is better.
Yeah.
And there's that, and then just like, you know, they do a lot more of the sight unseen kind of stuff where it's like you don't see the kill on screen. They allude to it, which is scarier sometimes than actually seeing it, you know, like with The Conjuring. Like,
yeah, 100%. Especially back then, because it was just like it was more that suspense that was freaky to people. Like let their imagination figure it out. Whereas like, you know, especially nowadays we're so desensitized to gore and serial killers because we actually see real life people. Like the horror movies only matter so much because every day we live through real life horrors, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like some of those old movies to go back, like it's, you know, they're classics for a reason, but they're not classics for, you know, people like me who were raised on 80s and 90s horror, where it's like, no, like these aren't scary, but it's because I've seen scary things, like a new age scary things versus like back then, you know, their fucking Halloween costumes were goddamn scary. Like they're fucking some weird shit going on. And it's just like, of course Frankenstein was scary because he was a goddamn monster before you guys had monsters. Like only imagination and stories could have told you what they put on screen at that point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you look at like Frankenstein being a book. Speaking of books, and I'm come off topic just for a second, but they're redoing the original Halloween book. Illustrated.
Oh.
So they're doing it fully illustrated. They're like redoing the original book, like re-releasing the original book with new illustrations and stuff. Anyways, I just saw that today too.
Michael Myers Halloween?
Yeah.
Is John Carpenter involved in it?
I have no idea. It's the same book that was released, you know, back then.
But wasn't that just a what do they do? Novelization of the movie?
A novelization, yep.
But they're coming back with like a graphic novel version of it?
It's not a graphic novel.
It's just an illustrated.
It's like an illustrated version of that original book, yeah.
That's pretty dope, man. I kind of dig that, actually.
Nope, that's not it. Original, okay, yeah. So, original Halloween movie novelization returns to print over 40 years later. Originally published in 1979, Curtis Richards penned the official novelization of Carpenter's Halloween. It is being reprinted this coming Halloween season. Printed in Blood presents the original movie tie-in novelization, reprinted in full for the first time in over 40 years. It's up for pre-order, shipping in January of 24. For the release, the novelization has been fully illustrated throughout the nearly 100 brand new illustrations done by Orlando Mexifunk Aracena. 224 pages, bursting with both classic and gorgeous new artistic visions of the John Carpenter horror classic. So it looks like this guy's just getting rights to just do some of the illustrations. It doesn't look like John Carpenter's going to have anything to do with it other than the fact that it's his fucking movie. But yeah, like, I don't know, just something cool, especially like a horror book. I should go find that on Audible and listen to that. I've been looking for a horror book to listen to on Audible. And it's tough to find like good horror books, especially to go through your workday with.
Yeah.
But I imagine the novelization of this book is probably pretty good. Or this movie.
That intrigues me more than anything, just to see how it reads versus watching it, you know?
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Maybe I'll look into that.
And he was standing there behind the bush, like, what?
Yeah, menacingly. Especially in '79, like you're curious how these artists
like a creep, but not in like a creepy way, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it in words, so why don't you go just see the movie?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Plus, you get the cool soundtrack to go with it.
Yeah. Well, buddy,
That's,
it is Spooktober. I'm ready to get a little spookier in the coming weeks. But if you don't have anything else you want to tack on this week, we'll go ahead and wrap this some bitch up.
yeah, that was fun. Dipping a little bit into the spooky, not
Yeah,
as
I'm
much.
ready for it, man. I'm
I,
ready for the
I,
fall. I'm good
I,
with it. Speaking of fall, good things come in fall. We've got some stuff coming up. I got some weird stuff going on in my life where I may do a major life change here soon. So we'll see how that works out. But I was ready for October. I'm ready for it. I want to throw up a couple videos. You've got some nom noms up that are new. I want to take a look at some of the Halloween candy that came out this year very soon. So maybe we'll get together and figure that out. The thing I'm most excited for, other than Halloween itself, is this weekend, as of this recording, which you guys will hear next week. And if you're listening to it the day it's released, it'll be like Tuesday something or another. So I'm going to say last weekend when you listen to this, when it actually posts, is VinCon, which is Colorado's vintage game convention.
right.
I will be going to that, or will have been at that. So hopefully I'll get to come back next episode, talk about some cool finds, what we like. I think I am going to GoPro a lot of footage here. I want to test out
Yeah.
some recording stuff. So maybe you will see a quick YouTube video pop up of that here in the next week or so. And then, yeah, birthday in a month, Halloween in a couple weeks. We're into Thanksgiving season. This is a fun season to be a Retronama Squad member.
Yeah. It's
exciting.
FinCon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be exciting. I am gonna get my Instagram popping back off here. I got a bunch of stuff sitting on the back burner for me to show off here. So as always, you guys can find me on Instagram at Retronomipod. Pretty much across the board with that. You can find Twitch, search the YouTube channel Retronomipod. A lot of fun stuff going up there. Go ahead and subscribe and like that. Yeah, I think that's everything. We might have some news here coming soon about some future stuff, but for the time being, life always gets in the way, and we are here now. So check out the Instagram, the YouTube, the Facebook page. I know Rick does a lot there. And yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. So to take us out the way we always do every week, with the weird question of the week, are there animal ghosts?
You would. You would. Oh, God damn it. As always, we appreciate you guys listening to this week's edition of the Retronomipod. We love you. We love you. And we will catch you next week.
Good night. Good night. Woo.
I want to play a game with your dick. Don't giggle like that. Fucking weirdo. All right. Stop this recording. Yeah, we were gonna run long if we did the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just looked down and I was like, we were starting the. Who said that? And I was like, we were like an hour and 38 minutes at that point. And I was like, ooh, we might be able to push this.
Yeah, and it was a good one to kind of leave off on because we kind of talked about each and
yeah, exactly. I thought that was a good like little ending, and then like you said, as we get closer to Halloween, we'll just dive deeper.
If we have no news that's Halloween related, we can touch on some of the other stuff. But it's
100%. For the next couple weeks, I at least want to like stay within the spooky season. Like we said last week, I think that Halloween is kind of our forte, and we should lean hard into it. So it's like talking about random shit from that's not horror Halloween related just seems wrong in the month of October for us.
Yeah, it feels like wasted space too sometimes when it's just like sometimes I throw stuff in there that's just feels like it's filler because I mean it is.
It does, and we've talked about that before, like as far as getting into complacency shit where we're just talking about shit we don't really care about. Like that's where I think our imagination should come into play. And I gotta help on that too, because I've been relying on you to kind of put the doc and everything together, which is unfair to
Ooh,
you.
love it though. I really do enjoy that aspect of it, of being able to go, okay, I get to put together a show. Like, because then whatever we have on there is kind of like, and luckily you brought some stuff that was like, oh my God, the stuff you brought was, thank goodness you brought it, because it really was stuff that we needed. And that nostalgia freaking nightmare thing, dude.
Nightmare Nostalgia is cool. Like I said, she's really good. Her and Dinosaur Dracula both are very good.
Gonna lose.
Nightmare Nostalgia focuses on horror stuff, which is one of the big reasons why I like her.
We'll probably be tapping into her stuff.
Yeah, follow her on Instagram and stuff too. She posts a lot of cool stuff.
Nice.
All right, stream. We love you. I'm gonna clock out of here and talk about some